What's going on, everybody? This is Jay Leno. I'm here with my boy Darrell Miller and Drew
Yeah,
Red. How y'all doing today?
man, good, man. I'm great.
Sound good. How you doing today, Drew? Okay, he must have got a phone call. He'll probably be back with us in just one moment.
Yeah,
But so guys, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're gonna try and keep this going. So apparently Orlando Brown and Charleston White came together on the Danza project with an hour-long interview. And yes, it did happen. It did happen, Upward. Um, okay, we got Drew back here. What up, Drew?
Man, my fault, man. This rain got my internet connection messing up.
It's
Yeah,
all
I'm back.
good, bro. But pretty much, just saying what's up to the people, kind of laying it out to them that Orlando Brown and Charleston White had done an interview today, and there wasn't much truth telling in this interview. Orlando Brown did his best to have the subjects and conversation bounce off of the walls the entire time. Um, but okay, going into this, I'll start with you, Darrell. What would you say the public perception of Orlando Brown is?
I believe a lot of people think he like crazy on drugs, like, but I do believe some people think is there's hidden messages in what he's saying. So that's why I think people try to grab onto like what he's saying, like try to basically dig through the little, what he's saying, basically dig through what he, saying and try to if they can find something deeper because he
Mm,
been in Hollywood, like he was saying, since he was 5. So he has to know something about what's going on in Hollywood or what's going on behind closed doors. So I think that's what people are trying to see what he says that could be informative.
I got you. I mean, I agree. I do it myself at sometimes. Sometimes it's just completely ignorant, and I just click off of it. But I agree.
Yeah.
Drew, what would you say is the public perception of Charleston White to the public?
Charleston White, man, he a character, but he said himself he's a character. Puts on a character persona, but to the public though, a lot of people don't know he actually does a lot for the community. He's a um yeah, he do a lot for the community.
Mhm. So I think the overall goal for the Danza project was to get these two guys who have these characters that they've created to put on the internet and to just have this gumbo. They're planning to have a gumbo of ignorance,
Or
entertain the world, and to promote this channel on YouTube. And I'll give you guys a brief clip. I can't play like that much because I'm tired. I don't want to deal with any copyright claims and etc. But let's just a sneak peek of what.
You cannot be. What I say
So I
is
can't even be.
you cannot be.
So what's going on?
Okay, what I say is these people are my friends, like Pharaoh and Lucifer and Satan and things. You're talking slick things to keep them in hell.
So like it, this to give this context, nobody asked him to say anything or respond this way. There, he just volunteered his information out of the blue in this conversation, and that's what this interview was basically about. But then there's moments to where Charleston hops on there and he starts becoming annoyed by Orlando's character, and it's like, is it a character? Is it not a character? Are you turning this on and off? Are you playing with me? But like at the same time, it's like, but then it seems like Orlando Brown snaps back and has a witty joke that makes sense in the conversation. it's almost comical, but not really. I mean, how'd you guys feel about it?
Yeah. I mean, like White said, like during the Jaguar interview, he was cool, calm, collected, and when he gets on here, he's more ignorant and wild. So it almost seems like when he goes to certain interviews, he knows how he's gonna want to behave and who he want to show out for or entertain in a certain way to get the views. I think I don't know. I think everybody try to do big numbers like Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams did. So I think they trying to figure out how to do it by being entertaining or wild and wildest conspiracies and things like that. So I don't know. I think he's acting, but he probably that's how probably how he really feels or who he is because he was saying like drugs and all that type of stuff. So who knows?
What you think, Drew?
I think he a genius, man. I think he got some type of something behind what he's doing. I haven't figured him out. I don't know. I know he's acting as well, but he I don't know. Like he does that. He acts like that on purpose to draw the attention off of him. If he does say something when it comes to him saying something that's real that could possibly get him in trouble, but it won't get him in trouble because he's all nobody's going to take him serious.
Mm, mm. I
If that
mean,
makes sense.
Yeah, but that could hurt him too because people think he's still playing and all that. The real message that he's trying to say, people gonna if they gonna overlook it because they'll be like, "Oh, he just playing around or he just too wild," but he really saying something, but it's not gonna really stick like how he wants to.
But he probably knows it's going to reach. It'll
Yeah,
reach the people that it needs to reach.
yeah,
Even
I
if
mean,
that's just two people, he know like, all right, at least I know somebody got what I was saying.
yeah,
And
and I
then
mean,
really
he sticks to
they
the
can
script.
elaborate on it and spread further.
He definitely delivers.
hmm
Some
They
subject
stick to the
matter that he
script.
touched upon, definitely, yeah, stick to the script of okay, if you hire this man for the clicks, interviews, conspiracy theories, always gets a plenty enough attention on YouTube. I mean, he randomly the subjects that he brought up. He had brought up Jamie Foxx. They brought up
hmm
Will Smith. They brought up Cat Williams. These are some of the internet sensations itself. Not to mention, you got Charleston White on the platform with him as well. Um, I think one thing that really stood out to me the most in this interview was seeing how uncomfortable Charleston White was trying to fit his character in to being next to Orlando Brown. This is the first time I've seen Charleston White uncomfortable. I might be able to click to an example of that. See a clip.
Dark circles. Yeah, I ain't got no black rings around his eyes, none of that.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about a child who started off acting, right? He knows how to get into character better than anybody else.
Man, this cold with it. Yeah. This I was over there. I was over there.
But I
getting
learned
mad.
from him
I
though.
was over there getting mad at that.
But I learned from him
Yeah, I
though.
had to sit back and think and just listen. I said, man, this I was goddamn good shit. Man.
So yeah, he had Charleston White shaking up. I gotta see this now. Yeah, most definitely did. He definitely had Charleston kind of shaking up because I mean, we all. I mean, I've definitely seen Charleston White get on his ignorant shit as well for the clicks to try and get the clickbait. But when somebody's already matched that level and you're not going to be able to surpass the wickedness, or you're not going to out Orlando, that's what you're not going to do on the platform apparently. But they tried to like reel in and get something important out of the situation. I wouldn't even say they is plural. Charleston White tried to get something out of this, but as
Yeah,
far as
Charleston definitely in this interview he didn't wasn't really trying to put on a character. He actually wanted a serious interview and get some seriousness out of Orlando, but he just kept playing the whole time. So that'll kind of anger me or get me some type of feeling some type of way too.
I think the biggest criticism I got is for the Danzo Project themselves because I feel like they're really trying to act like they have any concern for Orlando. Like they were trying to act like they were trying to get like an in-depth interview and a personal conversation with Orlando. They knew what they were getting when they signed him up. You're
But
not.
that's why, yeah, my bad for cutting you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely agree. I think Orlando knew that. That's why he acted the way he did with them. Cause if he was cool, kind of with Jaguar chick or whatever, he had to know what those type of guys. I never watched that show before, so I wouldn't know. He probably knew they was gonna be on some other shit with him, or they wanted the entertainment or something. Where now he feel like, well, shit, I'm not gonna give him no a serious conversation or whatever. I'm gonna act wild. That's what they want. I'm gonna give them wild. Or if they looking for, they not coming there. They don't want me to be up there for a serious conversation. They pick me because I am the wild conspiracy guy. So I'm gonna give you wild conspiracy, and then depending on how much they paid him too. Now, if they paid him some fucked up, not that much money compared to Charleston, he'd be like, "All right, bet when I show up, it's gonna be something else."
Mm-hmm.
So you see how he gave him like what was it, 800 or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. On set in
Now,
interview towards the middle end.
800, like that's, what I'm saying, that's probably airplane flight and maybe some food, just depending on how many days he stayed down there. That's not a lot, and
No.
compared to how much White gets. So Orlando Brown probably felt slighted. Like, nah, you're gonna have to pay me more for this entertainment, or something like that. If that's what you want, you gotta pay up more. So who knows?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. For 800, I probably wouldn't have been serious either.
Yeah, you know shit.
um, I will. I'm trying to think if there's any other moments to where was Orlando on Dr. Phil or one of those shows before?
I think he was
Probably
on.
would.
Yeah,
But shit, some of those shows are scripted anyway.
Hmm.
yeah. Even this might have been scripted. They could
Yeah,
have pulled him
yeah,
aside before and told him how to act.
yeah. I mean, they talk before the show starts anyway, so who knows? They probably already had it set up, and then he probably flew down there a couple of days beforehand so they could go over what they gonna do, type stuff, and they just play their role.
Waiting for this ad to go by. So I guess to show evidence to back up the uh the theory of pretty much Orlando Brown being able to be calm and collect, because some people don't even look up Orlando Brown.
No.
They haven't seen these other versions. So I'm gonna show a clip of when he was on with Dr. Phil, just so you guys might have an idea of how he holds up. I have to pause that because I don't want the copyright claim.
Hmm.
So Dr. Phil's really about to go into depth. But at the same time, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I believe that was you, Darrell, that said that these shows are scripted.
Hmm.
So I don't know if Dr. Phil is really a doctor. You do have to sign a waiver and, and of sorts to go along with the show. But
Hmm.
see, I'm gonna eventually click over to Orlando Brown's reaction. It's looking like Orlando knows how to behave. I'll say that.
Yeah. Because both my ex girlfriends, they was on Jerry Springer, got paid for and Dr. Phil came from the Jerry Springer
Mm.
show and all that, like, what I mean, they all almost in that same thing, you feel me, like they all had to get scripts and do all that type stuff, so it wouldn't pass me by, it wasn't scripted.
I have to agree. Let's see here if we can get some. So he said he got a 2-year old that's still in the belly.
Hmm.
So I think he just mentioned going 90 days of sobriety. So he did admit that he did have an addiction. Y'all think he's got some sort of permanent neural damage that Dr. Phil's trying to describe?
It could, like, and besides, like, if he went to like rehab or something, if he wants to leave, they can't force him to stay, so
Hmm.
they probably release him. You know what I mean? Like, no matter if he needs to stay there longer, if he decides like I don't feel like being here anymore or anything like that, they could just release him regardless. And he's a celebrity too, so they probably like go best wishes. They probably gave him some medicine, some drugs to take. He probably just stopped taking them, which it probably make his condition even worse and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. It's looking like, but as this goes on, Charleston White has enough of a
We had last.
Daddy uncle.
All right, let me get the mic. Orlando, you might have to switch the mics off when I speak, right?
Yeah.
When we had Benzino up here a couple weeks ago, shit got damn near physical.
Daddy.
Right? Went outside, damn near got into a goddamn fight with the Z-Ster. He said some
Good up in these 14-year-old girls, man, and you got the Muslim community being the number one race to do this shit, man. They doing this shit, man, and now the Christians is thinking it's cool to do this shit.
This is another example of Charleston. I mean, not Charleston. Orlando kind of bounced around to catch all clickbaits for this interview. He went religious. He went to Hollywood. He went to different actors. So the memes and everything are on the way.
Oh yeah. But I ain't gonna lie though, it could be some truth to that. Well, I don't know about the Muslim part, but I do know that they are trying to make it. It seems like okay for adults to be sleeping with younger kids. I think that's what they trying to do.
I know Elijah Muhammad was doing all that. He had
Yeah.
wives and he had little kids that he was raising up to be his wives and stuff. I don't know if he was sleeping with them or not, but that's what made Malcolm X fall out with him.
Even on Facebook,
separated from him.
Oh wow.
Facebook show a bunch of celebrities doing that too. Like groom, basically we call grooming them and stuff like that. Like show like especially like white celebrities that had like 14-year-olds or something, like women or whatever like that, or vice versa. The grown women was with the younger guys, like, and nobody said anything at that time, and they like not even hiding, and they on the red carpet or something like that with them type stuff. It was like, wow, dang, this has been going on for years and nobody said nothing, but they doing it now, especially with just the black folks.
Yeah, I mean,
Cause you remember Elvis Presley too. He was with that 14-year-old, but they would try to say, "Oh, it was okay because of the parents who thought it was okay." But it's like, nah, that's still crazy.
They're still grooming. I know they swept under. I believe it was Woody Allen. He adopted a daughter and groomed her into being his wife as well.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The script, the screenwriter and director Woody Allen. The strange dude with the glasses. You might be familiar. He voice acted as Z in the movie Ants.
Oh, him?
Yep, that's Woody Allen. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yep. So yeah, he kind of disappeared. He definitely disappeared off the face of the earth. But
yeah,
his moment like that was like a small ticker on CNN.
Yeah,
they didn't really spend as much time as they did with the more high profile celebrities.
Oh, you know why? You know why? Like you know why they go spend time. You remember they tried to get Michael Jackson, they couldn't get him, but right before R. Kelly and now P. Diddy, they've been trying to get Michael Jackson. Why? Because Michael Jackson owns Sony, and he owns like Eminem's and Jay-Z and Beyonce's like he owns their records, so they was after him. They try to break down his character, but his family came out to like when they try to come out with that movie. What was it?
It's kind of like a Surviving Neverland.
Yeah. Remember they came out with that movie, right? They would try to say, "Oh, he was a pedophile or whatever." The child, the niece, nephews, and all that from Jackson was like, "Nah, this is a lie." Basically, cleared his name. So after they couldn't get Michael Jackson and found out he was lying, they went straight to R. Kelly.
Yeah, I mean that's what it appeared to be. I believe the Jackson family has the rights to his estate.
Yes, yeah, like the mama do.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
mama
The,
do.
the big question is I don't know. It was never made public who had the estate to Prince, because Prince was real in particular to having his rights on these social platforms.
Did he ever have kids? You know? Do we know he ever had kids?
We can find out because we're already on the internet.
Right. Because I never knew if he had kids or not.
I know but I mean, I don't even know if he was ever married. I know he had girlfriends.
Right.
Find out. Let's see.
Because it'll go closer to kin with him, probably, unless he signed it off to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Did Prince have children? Prince was engaged to Susan Melvoin in 1985. He married his backup singer and dancer, Maida Garcia, on Valentine's Day of 1996. They had a son, Amir,
Okay.
in 1996. He was born with Pfeiffer syndrome, and he died a week after birth.
Damn.
Dang.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if he has any children. No, Prince does not have any children because he.
Dang. So it's only. Dang.
Yeah, that'll make you not want to have no
Who
more.
inherited
Yeah,
Prince's
yeah.
money? Since the Purple Rain singer passed away unmarried with no known children by law, his six siblings, full blood sister, and half siblings Sharon, Norrin, John, and Alfred O'More stood to inherit the estate. However, Prince did not leave a will, or did he have a trust?
Damn.
You know, that's a fight over that. You know, when
Mhm.
it comes to siblings and or any parents, and when they leave in wealth, this you know, everybody try to fight bicker who gets what. That's why it's so important that leave have a will or something like that. Cause you know, some people start fighting over that.
Yeah. Upward says, do you think these guys are getting taken out, or the official story is what happened?
Yeah, they definitely getting taken out.
I
What do you
mean,
mean?
as far I guess as far as celebrities and these estates and deaths,
Yeah,
it's well, I mean, it's hard to black and white. There could be some gray in between the death of some of these high profile celebrities. But I mean, my honest opinion, I think that Prince and Mike were taken out. I believe,
mhm.
if I'm not mistaken, wasn't the prescription? Didn't Michael Jackson overdose off the prescription medication that he had, and it was Murray? Was it Con?
Yeah.
I believe it was Conrad Murray. Um, you know, it always seems as though with the minority in America, when they go up in the totem pole, it's like their antennas go up for them to like commit a crime or to shut them down.
Yeah, you know Bill Cosby. So you know they try to get Bill Cosby. And black people went, and that's the thing. Like black people, once black people go against you, you damn near lose. Like Bill Cosby was like, damn, I did all this shit for niggas, and now y'all went against me. Like, damn, ain't nobody try to believe me, trust me. After all these years now, y'all believe in these females that all of a sudden, because he was about to buy was it NBC or
I believe
ABC?
so.
Yeah, so I'm about to buy this thing because I got the money to, and now everybody want to shut me down.
And that's you getting there. And you know what? If he had that network, the competitors around that will that he the peers that he would eventually meet if he owned that network, I'm sure they're more heinous than Bill Cosby.
Yeah, I guarantee. I guarantee. I absolutely. Hell, the owners of Hollywood, man, man. That whole
Yo,
thing is fragile. You could go down a list of them. That's why they try to keep quiet. That's why they put so much shine and focus on the black folks, because we already got the perception we evil anyway. So why not just keep it on the black folks? That's why they put it on media. Oh, these rich black folks evil. But when it comes to a white person, oh, somehow we don't talk about it too much. We might tell a story a little bit, but it's not gonna be as big and deep.
mhm. I agree. And this
Weinstein, like Weinstein and all that, they ain't doing nothing about that. They shooting
It's
that under
not
the
coming the
rug.
same, is it? You know, yeah,
Nah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's you know, it's dust under the rug at this moment. But you see, that's what Charleston White was trying to elaborate towards the middle end of this interview. He was kind of like, "Look, Orlando, you know, you don't have to front to us anymore. We know what
right,
happened. You told us
right,
you got touched." And so,
right.
like, so to be quite honest with you, I think that Charleston White proved that he was a better interviewer than the Danza Project, and it's their platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He seemed, you know, he had the more penetrating questions to get out of Orlando. Whether or not Orlando answered them was up to him, though.
Right. Well, I think that's what they brought White in there for. I
Mm,
think he was really supposed to ask him the questions and stuff, and they just kind of sit back and just suck up the views. And you know, what I mean, they might have had their questions here and there. It was really supposed to be them going against or Charleston White is going to ask Orlando. But once Orlando start really playing that too much of that character, Charleston White like, man, I can't really take this. I'm gonna do the best I can or we just gonna entertain this up. But I think that's why he brought both of them in there because it to honestly wouldn't be no point in having both of them there than you trying to ask you know what I'm saying? Like
mm,
they was kind of trying to be on like in the background while they two talk because they know everybody's gonna come to see them talk,
mm.
especially to each other. Like that's like the main event.
Yeah, it's really like if we get them two in a room, what's going to happen?
Yeah, yeah. Like you could just sit back. You don't have to do nothing or say nothing. You got the easiest job. Just just record and let them two just talk it out.
Mm-hmm. That's what I got from this. Which Drew, like, how do you, what do you think Charleston White got out of this whole situation?
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
That
Don't do drugs.
he ain't gonna do another interview with Orlando.
Yeah,
Now they did speak on possibly
a
trying to,
movie.
yeah, they spoke
Yeah,
on trying
now
to do a
movie,
movie.
something where they acting together. Yeah, that's one thing. But kind of sit down and do a interview. Nah,
Nah,
he ain't going for
nah.
that. Like, nah, I'm not about to. You're gonna play
Man,
around the whole time. You're gonna be in act mode the whole time. Then nah, I can't sit down with you. Do no interview, but we can make a movie.
Yeah, I've seen footage of like Orlando like on foot by himself in Texas. Like I think it came out like maybe a month and a half or maybe two ago. So I don't even think he's got like a crew of people.
well, because he's not that big. I mean, besides like I guess the YouTube or whatever, he's not. I don't think he's like a big of a name where people gonna bother him. You know, certain celebrities like that.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he gets bothered. People probably pick on him and stuff when they see him, but he
Oh,
just I don't know. He probably don't have it like that. He probably don't have money like that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's like that type of person you would even try to bother like that. You'll see him like, oh, is he such and such? Because I remember I met the new edition dude, Michael Bivens, at the airport, and he was just by himself with a chain, new edition chain. And I'm like,
And you
that's
met Michael
Michael.
Bivins?
Yeah, like I got a
Right.
picture. Me, my brother Rodney and my little brother, and I think my mom took a picture too. But yeah, he was at the Chicago. I think this was going to Florida. He was just
Uh-huh.
sitting by himself, really, with his new edition chain. We was like, man, that's Michael Bivins. And my mom went over there to ask. He was like, yeah. So we took a picture with him.
Nice.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
Hey, you should have soaked up some knowledge from him, man. Michael Bivins
man,
got he
I
got that.
would. I was 18. I was 18 at the
Ah, yeah,
time, and
you
I
was
was like,
young. Yeah, you weren't doing
yeah.
that back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, like I was like, we wanted to talk to like try to get his number or something, but we didn't want to bother him too much. You feel me? So we just
Yeah.
took a picture.
yeah.
Cause you know Michael Bivins, he was over Michael Bivins, he was over Boys the Man.
Yeah, yeah, he was the
Another
manager.
bad
Yup.
creation. He was a
Yeah,
part. He was a part of a lot of them. But I guess
A lot of them, yeah.
I guess when it comes to security and celebrities, it's to their own discretion. I mean, the airport is a public place.
yeah, it got
So
cops there.
yeah, you
Like,
know what I mean. So if you don't plan on stepping foot outside of that realm,
right?
Plus he older too now. Like ain't
Yeah,
nobody got to mess and he a
yeah,
singer. Ain't nobody messing with no new edition.
Yeah, like a OG, like a
Yeah,
certified legend. Like you're not gonna think too much of doing something to them. It's more so the hot heads out. Like if you gang banging or something like that, you act like you really about that life. Yeah, somebody gonna test you
yeah, you might get
probably out. Just to see if you really own that or you just rapping about it. But if you just cool, you a singer or you know what I mean, low key right now, your years done passed. They probably gonna leave you alone, and you not that flashy. They gonna
Mhm.
probably leave you alone. They'll
Mhm.
be like, "Oh, I know that dude. He was a boom," and probably try to take a picture. That's probably it.
Yeah. I could
see
easily.
J. Cole, he ride around on a bike.
Yeah. And
That's unbothered. Ain't nobody messing with him.
my bro met one of the Backstreet Boys. Like Brian, one of the singers. Like he came to Starbucks or something. But it's not all the time. Even though they got a lot of money, they don't always think about having security and all that. Because a lot of times they older too. They gonna be low key and so
Mhm.
not
Yeah,
try to draw too much attention.
I can see that. I can see that. I mean, and I guess it just depends on where you go.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you act like you're not famous, you don't get treated like you're famous either.
exactly. You walk around with security. That's
You
what's
drive a
attractive.
regular car, you're not
Yeah.
driving really.
Hey, look, it's billionaires that don't look like they rich.
Mhm.
You be surprised how many billionaires you think you probably walk past
Oh yeah,
or
most millionaires and billionaires they dress regular. They wear
casual.
Walmart
Yeah,
outfits
yeah.
or something like
Exactly.
that. They ain't wearing no Jordans and high end clothes.
The only how you can tell with them is their car. That's the only giveaway is certain cars that they drive. Like you will see them
Yeah,
driving a
they will have.
Lamborghini, Ferrari. The
Yeah,
cars
they
is the
will
only
have some
way you
nice
will see them.
cars. That's the
Yeah,
Or
only
that
thing.
American Express car. You see
right.
that American
Yeah,
Express, they got that weight on it. You know what I'm
yeah.
talking
Man,
That
about?
platinum,
pull out one of them
It's that
platinum
that
black
art.
cars.
car.
Like, they what kind of cars you got? What you do?
Right. And then when they carts are full, boy, when they carts is all the way full, got a couple of cars with them.
No, because they don't even do that. I mean, unless they like shopping, but like if they
Yeah,
grocery shopping, they the type of people that grocery shop every day. They just get what they need for the day.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
But
like you
I
ain't gonna
think,
see them, but they ain't having a cart full, looking
but
like
yeah,
they on food stamp.
jumping in, one thing in particular that that first time I ever seen from Charleston, again, he didn't really know where to fit in,
yeah,
like the character that he wanted to make. He jumped off of this stage like 2 or 3 times and sat back and assessed Orlando himself, and then jumped right back into the scene again.
yeah. Cause shoot, dude kept calling you daddy. He was like, bro, I'm not about to, you ain't about to keep calling me daddy. Like, I don't know how to take that. Like, I understand his uncomfortable because I wouldn't know how to take it either. I'd be like, man, get me out of here. Like, I ain't signed up for this. Even if it's like pre-planned, like I could like I said, my brain cells would be like shut. Like, nah, hour. We gotta do this shit. Like, man, I don't know if I could go 5 minutes.
And then Orlando came back and took an entire restroom break, and then comes back, pause like this for like 10 minutes while sitting in the chair. I don't know what happened on that restroom.
Yeah, he had a glitch moment or
Oh
something. 'Cause
boy, he a glitch, his brain glitch.
I mean, what is he on? For real.
And then you see how he switched from daddy to uncle real quick. He
Mhm,
went
mhm.
he went to daddy to uncle. Man, it was wild.
I don't think anybody can feel comfortable with being called daddy by another grown man.
Hell
Nah,
no.
I
Hell
know.
no.
What I just
Uncle bro, that's probably your limit. Uncle bro or
said.
cuz.
We ain't going
Uh,
past that.
yeah, we ain't going past none of that.
No, we ain't.
And then you talk about he came from his nutsack. Like that's a whole
Yeah,
different.
that's how he started out. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, bro, you too wild. And I think he knew that, man. That's why he kept smiling and keep repeating it.
I definitely caught moments to where like he'll be completely quiet, and then when Charleston got to talking, like trying to get on him and trying to be funny and like make fun of him, Orlando came right back with a comeback and was like, man, why you let them dudes snuff you inside the barber shop? I'm like, hold on, he
Right.
ain't that crazy. He's got enough sense to fire back at the same time. So then it's just so many moments where I feel like Orlando might be in character. His brain
Yeah,
still might be fried too, but he's still got some character in him himself.
Yeah, he know what he's doing.
So,
Talking about here come Jamie Foxx.
you know what I mean? Here comes Jamie Foxx. Here comes Jamie.
Hey, he's like, hey, Orlando Brown is funny to me, man.
right.
I get some good laughs out of him.
But I mean, there are some people out there that honestly believe that this man, like, literally he's like a Rubik's cube to try and figure out. He's trying to give you the secrets.
Yeah, people gonna eat this up. Like you gonna get two things out of it. You gonna try to you gonna try to code what he really saying,
Yeah,
dissect
somebody gonna
everything he
try to
really.
dissect it for real.
Yeah, and then you gonna click, and then you gonna have the memes. Like people gonna use him as a meme. Like that's why it's kind of genius because it's like he gonna make money off that. People gonna try to code his words and all that. Then you gonna have the people that use him for a meme or for a click.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was all bit of crazy. I'm not going to like have a complete answer for this because you know what? We done seen TV and YouTube make anybody a freaking star.
Yeah.
We didn't remember the D's nuts dude. What was his name? Waving,
Hmm.
Welvin.
Welvin. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 50 Tyson. The Catch Me Outside girl. She really ran it up. So
Oh
Man,
yeah.
who was that was saying that was that Cat Williams that was saying um what's his name? Kevin Hart is the real 50 Tyson? Or 50 he stole 50 Tyson. He was saying something. I'm like, hold on, where you get that from?
Right. And the other thing about that though, this is the other thing about Cat Williams and the Kevin Hart thing is like you actually could go back with Kevin Hart his come ups. Like so he ain't to me when Cat Williams like basically came out of nowhere, he's a Hollywood puppet. It's like you can't really say that he might have been chosen. They might have picked him, but he got hustled because you seen him when he was like 15 do a Def Comedy Jam and stuff. Like you seen him growing. He blew up off that 40-year-old virgin. That's what got his name known from the movie. But you seen his like little stand ups and all that. So it wasn't like out the blue. Kevin Hart just came out of nowhere. He actually got some like clips and stand ups on him doing some stuff. So it's like I get him from a standpoint of a competition. Like he don't feel like Kevin Hart's the funniest or what should be at the top, but at the same time he took what was brought to him and grew different than all the other comedians. Like my favorite comedian is Eddie Griffin, and I feel like he should have been way bigger. But some of these comedians don't got that hustle to
it's
put on.
yeah.
It's and he too outspoken.
Yeah,
Eddie Griffin too outspoken.
yeah, oh
He
yeah,
ain't gonna hide nothing. So they don't mess with people like that. They want people like Kevin Hart's a yes man. He gonna do
yeah,
he too kind and too like he's gonna do whatever they ask, even if he
right,
don't want to.
It's a lot of factors that go into this famous ladder.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to deny whether or not Cat Williams is telling the truth or not regarding Kevin Hart, but I will say this: if Kevin Hart wasn't famous, Cat Williams wouldn't be talking about
yeah. I mean, none of them would. You gotta think
it.
they all, bro. They
Not saying
all
that they're
had it.
lying or what they're saying about if they did do something to get to the top, but you would be talking about somebody if if they weren't in the
It,
spot you want to be in.
because you got to think nobody damn near had the run like Kevin Hart. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? As far not only did he had was that house what was the Hollywood
Yeah,
that
Husbands of
show,
Hollywood. Mhm.
but he was also remember he used to do Wild 'N Out. So people
Mhm.
loved on Wild 'N Out because that was a freestyle comedy. So it showed his skills outside of just being in movies and all that. So he's not afraid just to do live comedy and just do that with Nick Cannon, which helped Cat Williams as well. But he also did like the movies, then he did the stadiums, then he did all this other stuff. You look at Kevin Hart, he has a good brand where you don't take him as somebody that's gonna cause trouble. or they not gonna he's not gonna waste their money. You'll look at a Cat Williams, be like, man, I see you getting locked up. I see you doing all this other crazy stuff. You gonna then there get people shut down. I don't know if I want to put a whole lot of money behind you. It's just like an Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin, my favorite comedian. But shit, you be like, damn, his mouth would get us all canceled. Damn, and shit, even though he's a good actor and all that, but shit, I don't know if I could trust Bernie Mac, all them, the greats, the legends and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Cause y'all not, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all say whatever. But Kevin Hart, you can look at like, he's a nice dude. He's not the most raw comedian. And he talks about his life was really cool. Like he makes it cool to just, he ain't a gangster. All the other comedians damn near came from the hood, act hood, all this other stuff. Kevin Hart is probably the first comedian down there that's black that don't, even though he came from the hood, he don't act hood.
I got a question for y'all. I mean, I guess I'm gonna reveal something to you, but I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna do a question first.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody even knew of the social ladder that Kevin Hart went through. Kevin Hart started off being the unfit nigga around a bunch of white comedians.
Yeah.
And like, we weren't watching those TV shows like Tough Crowd. It was just him and Patrice O'Neal that are around each other. So like, I'm gonna show you an example, because sometimes you know people will say like, oh, I never seen him anywhere or doing anything, but I'm gonna give you guys a prime example of some Kevin Hart that y'all may not have ever seen before.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I know I haven't.
So here we go.
Like football team. Then he used it again when he was apologizing for saying it in the first place.
These are the shows we didn't watch.
Then last week, black cartoonist Aaron Magruder's Boondocks comic strip featured black contestants on reality shows.
This is like his New York run.
Get a job.
Say it again.
Listen, my point is this about it.
Because you're trying to read it and get away with it.
And he's saying it with passion every time he says nigga.
He don't say nigga. He said nigga.
Colin, we're not gonna fall for it.
Colin says nigger on a consistent basis, man.
Listen to me. First of all, my only complaint is living in a country where there's one word that 10% of the population can sell in records, use everywhere. People want to buy the records they can't even name the thing they want to buy.
When do you say it? When you call me on the phone, listen, Kevin, you nigger.
But I mean, like I said, Cat may not be wrong, but if you really didn't pay attention to Kevin Hart's career, it's hard to sit there and say he just showed up in LA and had a show.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I give Kevin Hart so much respect, because he did it a different way than my favorite. Like, I can always respect somebody doing it differently than what I'm accustomed to from the greats. You know what I'm saying? And you watch him grow. Like I said, it's other clips of his stand-up as him young doing stand-up now. If he just showed up in say if he just showed up in a big time movie and just started doing comedy, or they just gave him a what you call it, one of them specials. If he just randomly came up with a special and then he blew up, I would have got Cat Williams' point. He just came out of nowhere. No, Kevin Hart literally got him from young age, growing up and building, just like Nick Cannon, young age doing stand-up differently.
Never made a mistake. Never got into it with the law.
Yeah. and honestly, think about it. You had money. Who would you bank on to make you more money? Will it be a Cat Williams or will it be a Kevin Hart? I would say a Kevin Hart.
And shoot, to even throw in even more than that, regarding a lot of these other famous people, trying to say, I mean, they could have sold their souls or whatever, but a lot of these films work movies out of the same studio and they run through the same agency.
Yeah.
You'll look up in The Rock, Kevin Hart. There was a time period to where I think it was Lionsgate was pushing out a bunch of all those Why Did I Get Married movies, all those Kevin Hart rom-coms. That's all under the same studio with the same agents. They're not going to go across the world and work with a different acting agency when they already are contracted and it's got something good going already, and they got like a list full of actors that they can put in their films.
All right, and it's gonna make them $1 billion. You put The Rock that makes $1 billion grossing. That's why he's one of the most highest paid actors because of his WWE days. That's a plus. And then Kevin Hart, one of the biggest comedians at the time. You're gonna match them together. Types of then Jungle was it was it what was that video game? Not Jungle Book. Huh?
Jumanji.
Jumanji. They
Mhm.
made $1 billion off of that. So you getting people that can gross $1 billion. They gonna run with the money.
Yeah. I'm gonna also throw in the idea too. Sometimes it doesn't go in your favor to immediately to be completely independent
Mm-hmm.
because people may want to invest in you. You might have to give away a percentage. I think the saying is would you rather own like 30 or 40% of a watermelon or 80 or to 100% of a grape?
Yeah. And you got to think about what Jewish people do. Jewish people, this is why they so powerful and smart. They do the 10% rule. Everybody owns 10%. Everybody eats off that. And then, so if somebody sues you, they only going to get a certain percentage. They're not getting the whole thing. So you still have some left over. Then you own it 100%. And then somebody comes sue you. They try to take all that 100%.
Mhm.
Then you splitting it with, that's what I'm saying. In business, even what we do, like with filming or anything, I always try to tell people I always will split a percentage with somebody. I always will give them a share than me just owning everything or whatever. I don't mind. Like, long as I can trust you, you can work hard and we in this together. I do not mind giving you a percentage of the company or what we do. I don't have a problem with that. Well, I just got to know that you can do the work and we going to fully invest all our time into it.
Mhm.
Then, what I'm saying, one of us doing all the work while the other one slack off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always cool to break off percentages with people than to own a full entire company.
Mhm. And I think I mean that's to go back. I think that's where we kind of see some celebrities fall away from those films.
Mm-hmm.
Fall away when you branch away from the studio having a contract with an acting agent. When you fire your agent that's connected to all those actors that the studio wants to hire,
Mm-hmm.
you really are you're isolating yourself. And the best thing you possibly could do is stand up. And I think that's kind of what happened with Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing I liked about Eddie Griffin, he did action movies too, which
Mhm.
I think he's
Those are
underrated
independent
on.
films, though.
Huh?
Those are you talking about those independent action films that
Yeah,
Eddie?
like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
seen some of his independent, like those are dope.
yeah.
Like,
I saw
honestly,
the one when he was was it a sailor?
yes, and he kicked the
Yeah,
grenade as the
yeah,
thing,
yep,
or
yep. Hey,
that
I
was
watch
hard.
movies. I watch movies.
Bro, oh God, like how hard that was, even for comedians for him to take it serious, because he like action movie, he
He
loved
got in
martial
shape.
arts.
He got in shape.
Yeah, he's dope. He almost remind me of a Wesley Snipes almost. You know what I mean? Like to
Mhm.
do them action, and he could do comedy and all that. Like he could have went far with that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Now he got older and bigger. You know what I mean? Almost like a Mark Lawrence that you can't do as much like you used to type of thing. But that was tight seeing him in those different roles, even Undercover Brother and stuff like that. Like for him to kind of show off, I could be athletic or I could do a little martial arts and different stuff like that. And he was in a movie. He was playing a soldier with Alan Payne, the dude
Mhm.
from dang, just Jason Lyrics and all that. Like
Yeah.
he's in some dope like drama type
I
films and
forgot
stuff.
about that movie, that
Yep.
soldier movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
That was
forgot
way
about
back in the
that.
day too.
Dang, what's that movie called?
It's something fire, ain't it? Or something man, some I forget. They all
Yeah, I
soldiers.
can't think of it, but yeah, I definitely remember it.
Yeah.
What's that one movie? Did one in the movie with it was a funny movie with Anthony Anderson too, baby. What was it, baby
Oh
Yeah, that was
daddy,
baby
Baby Daddy. That was Baby
three
Daddy.
baby daddy.
baby
Mhm.
daddies, yeah.
Yeah.
That movie
With
was
Method
funny.
Man in it. That was good. You
Dang, he
Mhm.
had
was. Man was in that. Dang, that's crazy.
he was in a lot of movies. Fresh with him and Master P. Not fresh.
No, no, foolish.
Foolish, yes. When him and Master P, like you gotta, yeah, he had some tight runs. Like
That was actually his script for Meteor Man. Meteor Man. that
Yeah.
Roger
Oh.
Townsend produced, that was Eddie Griffin's script.
Really?
Yo.
Yeah. He admitted that verbatim from his mouth himself.
Yeah.
So, but you know, and so I mean, Charleston and Orlando, it would have to be something independent if they were to get into a film together.
Yeah.
But I would see it. I've recently started watching a little bit more Tubi movies anyway, just to get a grasp of like expectation, get more into independent films. I think everybody should too. I think everybody
Yeah.
should take a chance to at least try and watch independent film like once or twice out of the week.
Well, shit,
Yeah,
our film.
that's some Tubi movies.
Mm-hmm.
Our film might get on Tubi too. That's why I'm waiting on it to get done because Evidential Myths. I found out from my mentor because his movie, his sci-fi movie is on Tubi right now, and it's like 20 minutes long. And I used to think it would have to be like 40, 45 minutes because that's what they consider a long length film, anything over 40 minutes. But I seen his was 20 minutes. I'm like, well, if they take the 20-minute, then we should definitely get on there. So that's what I'm trying to see if Evidential Myths can get on Tubi, at least so people could be like, dang, this got opportunity, or this got, put some more money behind it. This could be dope. You know what I mean? But definitely watch Tubi movies because you always could get some out of something, even how low budget it is. That's why I watch low budget movies too.
Sometimes the
Even
story is
YouTube,
good.
like
Sometimes the
even the
story is
YouTube,
amazing.
yeah,
And it
like
may not be
YouTube
the
movies and
best.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like if you could get past just the quality, like you could see something there, like you could see a jewel in it and type stuff. So
I'm about to close this stream out. When I close this out, if y'all can hang back for a second, I want to have a little discussion with y'all off air.
All right.
Yeah.
But as I close this out, is there anything you guys want to introduce or speak on before I throw this outro in this for the stream?
Nah, not at the moment.
We good. I'm gonna say just don't do drugs.
Indeed.
Don't drink and drive now.
Right.
all that.
So special.
Man, if you don't hear him put that Childish Gambino dance on there.
I just haven't saved it on this one. I just saved it on my I haven't uploaded to YouTube. Have you seen it though?
Nah.
Yeah, I already made it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got it on my other videos.
Oh man, dang.
Yep.